Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? Hey guys,
Morning.
how y'all doing over there?
Um,
Before I introduce, these extras on my line, I'm definitely gonna kick off the show. This is I'm Just Saying Live. I'm your girl, Simply Dot Tennille. Okay, I'm about to pull up the rest of this, and we got so many things to talk about today. I'm super excited. I have it formatted maybe just a little bit different, but you'll definitely get the gist. So, welcome to I'm Just Saying Live, where the morning brew gives us the energy to provide you the best in edutainment, period. So, here's our twist to the week's hottest headlines and a way to interact and take part in the conversation. So that means we need all of y'all to go to Facebook Live right now so that you can say what you got to say. Maybe we might invite you in on the conversation or something if we think that you got something really important to say. I'm Simply Dot Tennille. Who we got up there? And you can start.
Call me underscore in.
All right. And who got down low?
Man, it's me, Truck underscore ATL on Instagram and Facebook. So
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to get into this thing because there's been a lot going on this week. We love to start the show with our weekend recap. So, Tuck, we're gonna let you go first. How was your
okay.
weekend?
It was good. Wish we would have came back from clean with a win, but other than that, it was good. It was a good weekend.
Okay, all right, okay.
Got to get
Uh,
out new people, so it's
would you
always
say
good.
that was your biggest part? You just like if we could have did that, that would have been
Okay, actually,
okay with
yeah,
me.
yeah,
It'd have been okay with me too, but clearly that ain't what the Lord saw fit. Okay.
I know, right?
All right. How about you, Big?
Oh, mine was good. I mean, I
Okay.
can't make no complaints. God woke me up and put me on this road for some strange reason, but hey, it is what it is.
When you self-employed, I thought you make your own schedule. I think that you don't get that yet. That it's really up to you. You decide. The Lord didn't put you on the road. You did. Okay.
If he say get up and go, you got to get up and go.
All right. So I like to share my screen, y'all. So we about to do a little screen sharing. I got a little
Yeah,
something
let's get
for
it.
y'all. Let's do it. Let me see if I can get us out the way on my list. We're gonna present this. So we told you we're starting with the weekend recap, and he just told you we went to Harker Heights this weekend. I have one of the team moms here pictured with me who is always going above and beyond. So shout outs to Tamara. I would have put a picture of my boys, but the way they got beat up on that field, it just I'm just playing. They always play with their hearts all out. Anthony didn't know I did this, but I want to welcome Mozzie Lamb to the world. We have a brand new baby in our family. I know y'all feel like y'all hearing that all the time, but these men in this family, boy, they don't play when it come to making them babies. Okay. So we have another one. So Dante and Chelsea, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yay. When you having another one, Tuck? Y'all working on one?
It's over with for me.
What you say? It's over with. You got one of each. So that's good. We thought we might get that when we had the twins or whatever, but that ain't what happened. And so we got what we got. I'm just saying. All right. I also like to tell you about upcoming events. Now, it has just been decided that I'm Just Saying Live is definitely going to be doing the media out here at the Black Heritage Fest. So, Tuck, I need to see you and your family there. Anthony, we will definitely be there. They also have a youth zone, ladies and gentlemen, where this is something for the entire family. Y'all know I love being able to take my family with me wherever I go. Eric Benet is going to be performing live, and it's going to be out at Emancipation Park. Y'all can't beat that. Y'all see my girl Mocha, she right there. She doing her thing, and so she's put this thing together, and so hopefully it turns out amazing. All right, up next, y'all know Breast Cancer Month is coming up. Okay, October. We're really, really close to that. So, Denver Dynasty is going to be playing Northeastern, which is a college up that way, and they're going to be doing the awareness games. So, y'all know, y'all make sure if you're in the area, definitely drop by and go support women's sports. Adults tickets is only $10.
Is
Now,
breast cancer month October or this month? When is breast cancer month actually?
It's
October?
October.
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 Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
I'm gearing everybody up right at the beginning, right before it gets started good, so that y'all can go ahead and make your plans. All right, so let your little light shine. Domestic violence awareness. Now we don't want nobody out there putting their hands on nobody, and we need these little girls to know that it is not okay. So make sure that you get out October the 1st. That's why I needed to put these out here at Redemption Square in Houston, Texas. They're going to be doing like a women's outreach program to make sure that people know, the darker side and how to overcome things like this, because just because you're stuck in a situation right now does not mean you have to stay there. Guys, I want to ask your opinion real quick, and I don't care who answers this. Tell me how you guys feel about domestic violence. Do you know any of your male friends maybe who've been in that type of situation?
You want to go first, Zach? All right.
He ain't trying to say nothing. You could go ahead.
Well, for me, I've personally never been in that situation. I feel like, if you got to hit a woman in as weak, you should. There ain't no circumstances where that is the case unless you're defending yourself. And I don't necessarily believe you should hit a woman. I think you should just stop her from hitting you. Um, in the case of having friends, I had a friend who was involved in some things like that. We had to check him a little bit and kind
Oh,
of
so you told so you tried to check the guy about it.
well, yeah, because it wasn't like first of
Was
all,
it happening in public?
it wasn't in pub. It wasn't in
Okay.
pub. Um, which is good, but it was in private. But I was there, a witness to it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I couldn't just let anything like that go down around me, especially when there's such a big size advantage, and it's clear that like it's not even just you know there's like a battle or nothing like that. It's just straight
Right.
up.
And let's not say that men are not abused as well. Like there's women who will hit on a guy like no other, okay? So either way, men or women, it is not okay. We're definitely going to be talking to somebody later in the month in regards to domestic violence awareness, so that we can make sure that that stays on your radar and that you spread it on to your kids, cuz that's what we like to do. So, we've done our weekend recap, ladies and gentlemen. We've done a little bit of upcoming events. And now, on today's agenda, we got several things to talk about. We're going to do our Real Talk Drives Real Change conversation. We're going to show a little picture of the daiquiri plug, which I got to visit. Some friends of mine opened up. Mr. Perry Wooten, I also ran out to his Ministers for a Safer Houston on this week, and it was a bunch of men got together. They were talking about how we can change, the plight of our communities, why we don't have grocery stores in our communities, why the crime is continually rising here in the Houston area, all of those things. So it's kind of formatted a little different today, but we're gonna be all right. So we also have our news and entertainment, which we are coming up to, but make sure you stick around for Tennille's touchy subjects. If you would like to be part of the live conversation, or you have a small business that you would like to highlight, please remember, don't start laughing already. I see you over there. Please remember that all you have to do is email us at imjustsayinglive@gmail.com. It's too easy. All righty. So, guys, we like to start our news segment off with a little bit of sports. So, I'm going to need y'all to just jump right in. Tell us a little bit about what went on this weekend in the sports outside of Savage Land, okay? Because we get real focused on Savage Land. But let's talk about what happened outside of that. You ready yet? Uh-oh, we can't hear you.
I don't think you're
Oh,
ready.
he's gone.
Yeah,
What
it was
happened?
a while ago.
Okay, so do you know what happened in sports? Because I do know a little something. I don't know all the stuff that he knows, but I do know a little something.
Yeah, there was a lot that happened. I mean, it was a couple,
Well, let's start
college.
off. Let's start off with Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers.
Era, I was just
They
about
met up. They met up. And it didn't go how everybody assumed it would go. And people are also saying that this may be their last meetup, because of the age, the age thing. How do you feel about that?
Well, like it was definitely a dud of a game. So the build up wasn't necessarily the game didn't necessarily live up to the hype. But as far as the last game, it is. I think it is the last game that they would face each other, unless it's the playoffs or something like that. But as far as regular season, I think this is Tom's last year. Um, it's been recently reported he's going through some personal things at home. So, she's kind of wanting him to kind of, stay home and retire. Like, dude, you can't play football forever. So,
Very
no,
true. You got to worry about your self health, and it can get real hinky as you start getting up in age. Football is one of those sports where it's kind of hard anyway. Keeping yourself healthy and things of this nature.
well, it's a young man's
Right?
game. It's
Huh?
a young man's game. Football's a young man's game. You know.
Well, I was gonna put my Dallas Cowboys hat on, but I forgot because we won again and the Texans lost. I also know that part.
Oh my! Forgot you was a Cowboy
I
fan.
love
Oh
I,
Lord.
I
Oh,
love to get in on that. Okay, Dallas
Lord.
Cowboys, congratulations. Y'all are having a wonderful season so far. I know I've said this every single year, ladies and gentlemen, that we kick it off right and things happen, but we're gonna hold on this year. I'm not losing the faith just yet, okay?
Hey, more power to y'all. I'm just happy my Falcons got a win. We got out the losing column. We got a
Okay.
W. So shout out to the Dirty Birds. Back home.
That part. All right. We also had some news go on in golf. The final session of the President's Cup, I think, was on yesterday. So if you're somebody who is into golf, Quail Hollow Club in Charlotte, North Carolina hosted it, and it went down like that. I mean, I don't know who. I'm sorry, I don't know who won. I just wanted to make sure that I included y'all. Okay. Now, when it comes to regular news, did you know that the CIA has a museum with exhibits featuring spy gadgets, declassified artifacts, and items like the cover of the binder that the president uses for his daily briefings and all that kind of stuff? That would be something really interesting to take your kids to, right? Isn't that what
Yeah,
you're thinking? I'm just saying.
it would. It would.
Guess what? They don't open it to the public.
So who the hell is it open to?
Who is it for? Like, why do y'all need to see y'all own stuff? That makes absolutely no sense to me.
So all the government personnel can go in there and be like, yeah, this is all the shit that we done grabbed and
So some
created and confiscated.
right. So some pictures and things have been leaked. I guess that's how people even know that it's there because I guess it's been some hush hush secret that they've kind of been having going on forever. I would love for somebody to chime in the comments right now if you know anybody who has worked for the CIA or you've heard stories about this because it sounds really interesting and maybe they should open that up to the public. I feel like kids would really get a kick out of that.
Yeah.
Really. I
Let's
see
just
you
say
back, Aunt. Can you hear us?
kids. Oh man, I can hear you. I don't know what kind of technical difficulties we were having over here.
Okay, while you're telling the rest of your sports if you like, I'm gonna run let the dog out real quick.
We're,
'Cause he about
we're
to get
talking
on my
about
nerves. He's
sports.
right here all up under me. Huh?
Yeah. What happened
We
this
did.
weekend
We
for you
talked
in
about
sports?
sports. We talked about the Cowboys. We talked about them sorry Texans who done lost again. We definitely
No, you
talked about
didn't.
the Falcons real quick, and we talked about Tom Brady. So, what would you like to add to that?
Well, Tom Brady just got his ass whooped. That's all that was. What you think, Tuck?
Man, come on. I look at it like this. If he had any of one of his three receivers top three receivers that were out, they win in
Right.
this. They win in this
Yeah.
game.
Yeah. But
Um,
it just didn't go that way for him. It was just kind of hey, it was a tough matchup. He tried, but he couldn't get it. He couldn't pull it off.
nah.
Not at all. Hold on 1 second.
Uh,
It is what it is. Mute your phone, Anthony, because we're gonna keep pushing. Because I got a lot of stuff to talk about. All right, so now we heard about all these hurricanes coming through. Remember, I warned everybody last week it was going to be getting a lot of storms. Hurricane Ian, we got a new name. You know they always naming them like babies. Made made landfall in western Cuba. Okay, Cuba, Florida, all of those areas, man, they catch it bad. All of you out there who need a job and maybe a temporary position, I always go out and work for FEMA when it comes hurricane season, okay? And just go jot down the issues that the people had. Y'all might want to check that out because I'm always trying to educate you and entertain you, and you can't make any moves without no money, okay?
Mhm.
Zero moves. Today we're definitely going to be talking about later in the show about financial literacy and what it means to you. I told y'all I had the chance to visit the Real Talk Drives Real Change put on by Chevrolet. Got to meet and talk to some really influential people in the Black community, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. But y'all know we also got to jump ship and go talk about Japan. Now, they held an elaborate state funeral for their former prime minister. Now, let me tell you why I felt like this was something that we need to talk about, guys. We just went through all of this for Queen Elizabeth, right? They talked about how wonderful she was and this, that, and the other because of the fact, that she was a queen. A prime minister is, kind of high on the charts as well. But let's say this, Anthony. Oh, Lord, what are you doing? You got to stop. Um, a lot of people didn't like this guy, right? Why they came to the funeral protesting? It was
To
like
the funeral.
complete opposite. They done acted a fool. They said there were like 4,300 guests, but a lot of people just showed up outside to demonstrate about how much they didn't like. I guess you pronounce his name, Abe's policies while he was in office. So they were like outside having a whole protest during this man's funeral. Do y'all think that that's fair to his family and friends?
Yeah, and I think that's insensitive to people. Like,
His name
people
is
will have family
Shinzo
of loved ones
Abe or
too.
something like that. I don't know how to pronounce it. Sorry.
No, you get like people have friends, family. Like he meant something to somebody else. It's not just about how you feel or your views toward them. So I think there's a space and a time for those type of things, and I don't think a funeral is the appropriate time or place to be
Definitely not.
protesting somebody's views or some things they have said. Like that's a time to kind of let the dead kind of have a moment. You know what I mean?
I think that you should let the family definitely have their moment because at that point it's not about that person anymore because they have moved on. He was shot dead during a campaign speech at that. So it's not even like he was dead, because of natural causes or anything like that. I think they took it too far.
That's
But,
that.
other cultures do different things. So I don't know. I don't know what to say. There were tons of dignitaries there. So we always are talking about, Kamala Harris, our vice president, and how, it just kind of seems like we have not seen her in the news, if you will,
Yeah.
or, doing things. She made it to this funeral though. how, how do we feel about that? How do we feel about that? I'm just saying, y'all, we out here bad. Look, Kamala, out of all things they want to report that you made it to this funeral for somebody in Tokyo who was not liked by the people.
Yeah, you got Pelosi over in Taiwan.
When
You know
are
what I'm
we
saying?
gonna
You
get a
got
win
her.
here?
I mean, like, come on, what y'all doing over there, man? What is
Man, what's going on? So I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say about that. Just I don't know. Y'all
Don't
know
get me
I
to talk
also like
that.
to.
Yeah,
You
don't get
say
me to
what?
talk. Don't get me to talking that. Yeah, don't get me started on that. Let's just move on.
Y'all know I normally like to add social unrest right in here. And there are some things going on. My picture doesn't want to didn't want to pull up. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna read this out to you guys, and I want to see what you think about it. I don't think you've been here for a social unrest because I know we didn't have time the last week
Yeah.
when you were here because we had a guest on. But when what was I about to say? But I have to read this because I don't want to get it wrong. And I know people are gonna be like, girl, no.
Let me brace myself.
Let me see. Here we go. Let me get it. Okay. Now, okay, so it's in New Orleans.
Okay.
Okay, this is where the story sits. It says, civilians are now being trained to do detective work as desperate police in U.S. murder capital hire their rejects. Okay, in a last attempt to bulk up the dwindling force. I'm
So
just saying. I just said we were out here bad, right? I said that. Y'all gonna hire civilians, people, no military. I was complaining first. Let me just say this. I'm gonna own up to my own stuff. I was complaining about them always using ex-military who they already know are predetermined to predisposition to kind of
now,
have an issue with black people, right?
oh, okay, yeah, yeah.
If we've already got that established, y'all are going and getting those same people, giving them jobs on the police force where they have to deal with people every day, knowing that they already are apt to shoot because they've been at war, all these things, right? But now you're gonna send civilians out there. You're not, I'm sure that they're not going into their background, seeing who brother, sister, cousin was killed by X, Y, and Z, or y'all doing detective work.
Look,
I thought a detective was even higher. I mean, and maybe I'm wrong. I thought a detective was higher than the regular cop, right?
yeah, it is. It's a different, yeah.
So you're gonna teach them to do the detective work. So they're gonna come in on a higher level than the police officers that are coming to the crime scene after they say what they've seen.
So I didn't take it that way, but I thought they were saying they were just gonna it was going to go back and hire more rejected officers.
These are people who tried to be
Right.
an officer and failed, right?
So
That's
they
a
are.
civilian.
So you're saying they're going to bump them up to detective and not officer?
They're teaching them to do detective work, but they couldn't make it as cops. I'm
Oh,
done.
they're doing
I
it.
don't. I'm lost here.
It
I'm
doesn't
lost
make sense.
here.
No, it doesn't. But
And I'm sure, I know that they also did a situation. I don't think that they, remember they were talking about defunding police. That wasn't just here in Houston, Texas. So that may be another reason if they weren't funded, then they had to go find another source
yeah, I saw
of
something.
people to, I don't know. I'm definitely going to be watching this. I'm definitely going to be trying to see what's going on with this.
It may be how it's executed, right? So they may be grabbing those particular people to do specific things, like go out talking to people, camps in the area, things, the land work that the regular detectives can't necessarily do because of the caseload. So I'm trying to be devil advocate. So
I'm saying. I mean, I'm gonna need them to be doing some paper pushing for a long time. Look, I need them to be in the office, okay? Because I could just see somebody getting out there and turning up. Like they don't have the training. We're already talking about how these police need to be going and getting psychiatric help because of some of the stuff they have to deal with during the day. Like needs to be a reoccurring thing, something that always happens. So why again, civilians out there? I
um,
don't know, because I know that there's a lot of people out here going through traumas and things that they're already trying to deal with. I was one of the main people who said we did not, as black people, need to start admitting to being crazy. They are going to find a way to use it against you. I don't care. I don't care how many lists you sign up on. I don't care about your baby getting free college because they have a learning disorder or this, that, and the other. They're going to find a way later. Right now, they're letting everybody say, oh, I've got mental health issues. I'm not taking anything away from your mental health issues. I'm not. But what I'm saying is when you put it on paper, it turns into something else. Okay? Y'all heard that? Because I'm
it's
just saying
documented. They yes.
live. Period. Period. This is I'm just saying live. And that's how we go. That's how we gonna say it go right there.
Yeah.
All right. Now,
I'm just saying.
this I'm just saying. And we live, okay? That's period. Okay, so now I'm going to show you a few videos. I'm gonna show you a few videos from Real Talk Drives Real Change. I told you that it was put on by Chevrolet this weekend. We had some very special guests. I was very happy to be able to be part of this event. Got wind of it from a friend of mine, made sure I showed up even after the game because sometimes that gets real hard for me, but I told y'all that I was going to try to be the change. Everything that I tell y'all to do in the affirmation every week, I'm going to do my best to live that out at least 1 week. Okay. And so I was doing that. I was doing the hard things, but I met somebody really influential who said, leave those hard things to the side. So we're going to hear what she had to say about it. I told y'all I didn't have time to really clean this up like I wanted to, but it's okay because I'm a very busy girl. Look, I tried my best. Y'all gonna get it real raw this morning. But
No,
here's some of the clips, and Bun B was there. Um, I can't. I want to pronounce her name properly, so I'm gonna let her pronounce it in this video because there were two really phenomenal girls there. And then because we don't want to just set aside the rapper and the pro ball player because John Sally was also there, but there's a tech guru named Jules who was there, and then the other girl, like I said, I'm gonna let her say her own name, so because I know I'm gonna mess it up. But I'm going to make sure I get to the start of this because I don't want y'all see all the rest of the stuff we're gonna get on here. And a lot of this you're probably just gonna have to listen to. But we're gonna get it up. Hold on, let me get the screen bigger. Oh shoot. Okay, everybody. So I gotta minimize it. It won't let me start the it won't let me show y'all at the same time. Hold on. Tucky, make sure you pay attention. No, I'm playing.
I'm listening. I'm sorry. I was getting some messages too. I gotta.
No, 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 no. I really was messing with you. Let's see where we got it. Where is it?
You gonna share it? Screen
I'm
share.
trying to share it and it's doing the most. It doesn't want to let me share that particular screen. So I'm gonna minimize everything else so that y'all don't have to see all of this just in case it messes up. Now we're not going to that.
So busy, man.
Hmm. I'm definitely busy. I'm always doing something, but it's okay. I'm gonna just hit share and see what it does. Oh no. Okay, play. Had the opportunity to talk to some really great people today. Chevrolet, thank you so much for putting on Real Talk Drives Real Change. We're so very glad that you were able to bring it to Houston and end your tour here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is I'm Just Saying Live, and it's your girl Simply Dot Neal. Catching up to Houston is what I love to do, and I love that this event went on right here at University of Houston. So make sure you check them out.
What was your biggest struggle when you started? Actually, a good one. I'm gonna ask it again. Always do it twice. What was your biggest struggle when you started? Now, right here, they're just kind of going around the panel asking questions to specific people, and this is Bun B's response.
Many business opportunities because I just didn't want the responsibility, and what changed my life, as she just said, I met the right partner, right? And with that partner, I felt responsible for someone for the first time, and I didn't want to fail that person. And that person and I, as we built a family, I didn't want to fail those people, and I didn't want to fail this family. And as I was an entertainer, I didn't want to fail my supporters. I didn't want to fail people on stage. My biggest fear in life is dropping the right? Because there's no way to bluff that, right? If I fall down, I can like make it look cool, like I'm trying to break this or something. But it's not about. I don't want to let people down. And even with these pop-ups, you go to these Spielberger pop-ups. I'm equipment. I'm there when we fire up the stoves. I'm there when we're done. If you see me out picking up trash, I'm out there sweating with the people that work for me and work with me because I don't want to let them feel like their effort is in vain. I'm sweating for the people that are in line, sweating to get this burger because some days we get 3, 4, 5-hour waits to try to feed all the people that show up. And I can very easily call in from the crib and be like, hey, how y'all doing out there? We got what we doing? We sell some burger. Pick it up, pick it up. Let me know. Take it easy, let me know how it went. But it's important to let people know that you're willing to be in the trenches with them, that you're willing to be Being Bun B doesn't help me move this line. Exactly. Right? Being Bun B does not help burgers come off the grill fast. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? I love that. All of that stuff that I can lean on for other things, it doesn't allow me. And then so that part of being Bun B, I don't get to transfer. I love it. Today. Y'all enjoying this game? Investment. The curliness of the writing is amazing. What is a good investment idea to start off? What is a good investment idea to have passively? 30 seconds. I'm going to answer in 25 seconds. I say investment is yourself. Put your money, if you can, put your money, I'm not going to say in the bank, I would say life insurance, we can get into all that, but I would say to invest every time you get your money. Do the old-fashioned way, put it in a piggy bank, but in other words, put it in a place that you
401k?
get to it that's going to make money. Invest
in your employer?
Love that. Preston, about financial freedom. Again, what is most important about financial freedom? For me, personally, financial freedom allows me the space to manage my energy better. The more people you feel accountable to, the more stress you endure. If you have an employee you're responsible for, if you have a lender for your mortgage, whoever your car loans to, the more people you are accountable to financially, the more stress you endure on a daily basis. Getting financial freedom means, I don't have to worry about the mortgage no more. That's weight off the shoulder. I don't have to worry about the car note. That's weight off the shoulder. I don't have to worry about the kids' education. Big weight off the shoulder. So the sooner you get yourself to a state of financial freedom, the better you can manage your energy, keep stress off of you, that keeps the hell at bay there. You can spend more time with your family.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am here is something that I felt like. Here we are with the name pronunciation that I couldn't do. And I know this is an awkward angle, but they kind of put me in there real quick, and so I was like, okay, here we go.
You need a film crew, Natalie.
You were supposed to be there. You could have helped.
Terry, I'm the founder of Urban Hydration. We make skincare for over 40,000 retail stores.
This is Mrs.
It's
Texas.
important for me to be in Houston because y'all are supporting my products here in CVS and in Walgreens. And it's super important for me to talk about how we got there. We didn't just start on the top and now we're here. We started at the bottom and we're still picking up wherever we go so we can all go to the top.
We heard some phenomenal stories from you today about sacrifice and why that's so important. So I just really thank you for coming out and being a part of this. Okay.
Absolutely.
Now we have it.
I'm Bloomberg Solomon, managing partner at Collab Capital and head of business startups. And I was so excited to be here in Houston to talk about financial freedom. It's something that we need access to. We need access to capital. We need the ability to grow and scale our businesses, and that is what I'm doing.
There are so many young girls out here who are trying to pick up the pieces, if you will. Where do you suggest they start? We talked about it. You talked about it on stage. Where do you suggest they start when they don't feel like they have anything going? One of us give that real quick.
I like to talk about who you are, knowing who you are. When I learned what my name meant, I had to get to work. Psyche means life, soul. Who are you? Who are you created to be? Look your name up. Recognize that you are called and created for something, and we all need it. We're waiting for you.
Thank you so much for that, ladies. I'll let you guys out of here. Thank you all so much. So So they also gave away these cool little gift boxes. You know I love a good gift box, so I had to show y'all inside the gift box.
T-shirt. That's a bag.
This is what
And
happens when
then
you
this
sponsor
has
events,
that.
ladies and gentlemen. We put
Thank you
on
much.
really good events like this. Okay, I'm gonna stop the share now. I just had to show y'all they got cups and bags and all that kind of thing. I really like the box that was in there. That was kind of dope. So
Yeah.
let me say this. I wanted to pick out these specific pieces, and we're gonna start with Bumby because I thought what he said kind of resonated with me as well. When it comes to responsibility to friends, family, to yourself, taking on responsibility. I'm one of those people. Everybody always saying, "Why?" When I was on radio, why didn't you just start a radio station yourself? When you start doing, when I was on TV, they said, why didn't you start a TV station yourself? I was one of those people who did not, like he said, want the responsibility. I shied away from it. I want somebody else to run it. I just want to walk in, show up, and do my thing. Period. I
Same,
didn't I didn't want to do, all that. So in my mind, I was doing, what I felt like was best for me. But then when you really realize it, and if you have a talent like that, and you probably should be doing it on your own, if you will. So stop shying away from responsibility and stop saying that other people are not your problem. I think our community has a big issue with that as well. We're always trying to say, oh, that ain't got nothing to do with me, this, that, and the other. We got to stop doing that. What does financial freedom and responsibility mean to you, Tuck?
Being able to, move how you want to move according to your self idealistic, value. I mean, everyone can't be well, I ain't saying everyone can't be, but everyone's not gonna be a, billionaire or a trip. It's unrealistic. So when you trying to set a number on things is I think inappropriate. I think you should set a goal on how you want to live your lifestyle, and then move according to that. And if that's you're able to move and do the things that you want to do while saving, while investing, while still growing. Um, that's financial freedom in my book. You know, you're gonna have to build something, whether it's you're gonna have to build a skill that somebody's gonna pay you for, or you're gonna build a business that you're selling a service for. So either one of those things, I mean, those are the main ways to get money, right? I mean, two of the main ways. Um, and so, and those things propel you into other financial sectors. You
Right,
know what I'm saying?
realms, if you will.
Right.
And that's what one of the things that not only he talked about, but every single person on the panel were saying, what is it that you already have that's a skill, that's a talent, that's something that you could sell? I've also found myself going through that because we know I'm a serial entrepreneur. I have several different businesses. They do good,
Mhm.
but could I get more? I definitely could. I am all about, trying to save your money and putting your money up. I'm one of those people. We talked about this at the panel. Putting your money up or trying to use all the resources that you have toward those businesses. You know, you can't make money without any money. You have to
Right.
have a way to start. And that was one of the things that I saw when I did ask that Jewel. She sold her first company at 27 years old, ladies and gentlemen. The girl there with the she's to Amazon. She made an
Oh,
Amazon sale at 27 because she's a tech girl. But she said that she did it trying to solve her dad's problem on her farm. They have a farm. And so they were farmers. And so she tried to do that. And that's how she even got into tech. So there's something out there. When she said, find out what your name means, that's a good place to start for a lot of people. Tennille in Latin means the gift of joy. I think
mhm.
I'm pretty funny. I think I think I give people joy, and I think that I help a
Right.
lot of people. I'm a good person, whether your name really means something. I know a lot of people don't believe that whether your name really means something or not, but my name means the gift of joy. Let's talk about investing in self. John Sally said the best investment is investing in yourself. Here we are back to responsibility. You can't be responsible for nobody else if you're not taking care of yourself. I'm just saying. period. So tell me a little bit about what investing in self means to you. What's something that you've done for yourself to kind of get you to the next level? Oh, and remind me
Um,
what it is you do, if you will.
well, I think investing in yourself is a encompassing thing. Like so, for instance, you're not just you gotta invest in yourself, whether it be school, right? School, developing a skill, things like that. Also, there's reading books, gaining knowledge, um, things of that nature. Understanding budgeting, paying yourself first, things like that. Um, Being able to and then have goals and move along the path of those to attain those goals. So I think that when we're talking about investing in yourself, it's encompassing, and it's it's more than just you know reading a book or just going to school. It's an encompassing thing to where you're becoming a total better human being, like becoming the best version of yourself. Because we can get better
So,
in certain
so,
areas,
so y'all
but
know, previously listening to me, I am one of those people that is all about solutions. Ladies, there are tech programs out here who will pay you right now to come back to school to do something to change your life. You know, after COVID and everybody started picking up these new skills and jobs, it left a lot of holes in old places. Okay. Tons of people opened up their own businesses and things of this nature. They didn't go back to work. Those jobs are out there free and available. You have to be willing inside yourself to take the time and take that little 8 month course or whatever and find what it is you like. I'm always scavenging for something else. What's going to be the next big thing? Another thing in investing in yourself. African American women are the least, we on the bottom for investments. You don't ever take a chance. You get all those emails. You get all the from Acorn to Robinhood app. All it, it's on your phone. Try it. I made some money. Just try it. You know, there are so many different avenues that you can try to be able to get there. If investing in yourself is investing in your man's idea, don't let your homegirl talk you out of that. That's how your house gonna get set up. He might be more willing to get out there and go to work and do what you need him to do. Y'all better stop listening to these single girls
and look,
who ain't
and to
trying to
be
go
honest,
nowhere. They want to be hustling and packing the backpack forever. No.
to that point, though, Tennille, like, wouldn't you rather have a man do the things that you would, you know what I mean, do those things to bring home and provide for you if you invest in it? That would be a
Hey,
nice thing.
hey, he gonna be happier. You gonna be happier because he happier. There is nothing like a salty relationship. Look, a salty relationship because your man unhappy because now you either making more money than him or this and he might not admit it, but he gonna be feeling away. You know, he
I'm feeling
wants
some
to
kind
be
of
the
way.
provider. He's been taught all his life, just like you have, that you need to be taken care of. He wants to be the provider. It don't matter what you say about whether or not he don't want to do this, he don't want to do that. It's just not maybe his thing, but he wants to be the provider. He wants to be able to do things for you. He may not know how to do them once he get the money. You might have to tell him a little bit about that, but he wants to do those things. If he chose you as his woman, he wanted to do something for you. Yeah, he wanted to take care of you. So I agree with what you're saying, Tuck.
One more quick thing to
Okay.
that point. Uh, Men, as you gain financial status, right? As you make more money, you have to develop the intellect to go along with it. Please, like you can't have money and then be and still move and operate in those same old ways. Like that ain't as you gain in life, you have to also gain mentally. So that's
So,
just
Tuck, we have a comment and it says, stop speaking promised land language to people who are comfortable in their wilderness level.
I mean
Listen, let me tell you, that is so true. I'm gonna
that's
tell y'all, if y'all don't elevate yourselves, you gonna be stuck in the wilderness, like this comment says. You have to be open-minded to some new things, and I'm not saying, some of them good, some of them bad. It depends on what is good for you in your relationship, in your situation. Even if
Yep.
your relationship is with your kids. If you're gone all the time and you're not able to be there for them, you need to look at all these things that we're talking about too. That's one of the reasons that they put this on. Real talk, which is what we're having right now, is a real talk. They have inspired us to change, or driven us to change and to talk to you guys about financial literacy and what that means to you, because it means something different to everybody. Some people are good at saving, some people are not. Some people are going good at getting out there and getting to the business, some are not. I used to go to work, and I'm gonna tell you, y'all gonna think this is real funny. I fell asleep so hard one time, like I had narcolepsy every time I went in there. Working at a job, like sitting behind a computer every day with no ability to move around, was not for me. I hit my
Yeah.
head so hard on the computer. I had like the red whatever. Everybody in the office heard it. It thudded. It was like boom, like I almost knocked the computer over from nodding. Okay? I have to be able to move around. But you're
So,
told all this time that that's the pinnacle. That's what you need to do with your life. I'm gonna tell you, there's a lot of people that retire and they say, "Oh, I don't know what to do without my job." But it's a lot of them that retire and they say, "Oh my God, I should have done this so long ago. I should have been doing my own thing, making my own schedule." Don't get me wrong, it's not easy.
no, it's hard work.
We talked
Yep.
about at the thing as well about sacrifice. She said that her and her husband needed to one of their and her name is Psyche. I think that's how she pronounced this, Psyche. She owns a black beauty brand. And products are in Target, Walmart, all of this, but it didn't come without sacrifice, because I know all of y'all want to be in the HEB, you want to be in wherever. It did not come without sacrifice. She told us a story about how her and her husband chose to sell their cars so they could try to open up their own factory to produce their products.
Hmm.
Okay? It's a lot of y'all not willing to walk around Houston, Texas. I'm gonna tell you right now, she must be living somewhere a little bit smaller. I ain't getting rid of my car. Now I might go trade down to a cash car or something like that, but you got to have wheels in Houston, Texas.
Got to.
Um, but it just goes to show that if you really want to succeed at something, there should be no cost that's too much. There, you should be willing to give something up for it. Now, next part, we're gonna talk about. We talked about her not really having an. This was the other thing I wanted to talk about. I didn't feel like they really had a secure answer, and I want to offer this to people, but I'm gonna let you answer first before I go in deep on them.
Okay.
I asked the question at the very end with people who feel like they have nothing, because a lot of times these people are looked over. With people who feel like they have nothing, where should they start? When it comes to something like this, where do you think people who feel like nobody's ever taught them anything about financial management, they haven't saved any money, but they have this really great idea, where do you suggest that they start to?
Um, I think people should first work on themselves, right? So I say within. I think starting within, because as within, so without. So these choices, these life choices that you've made that have you in these situations, right? Whether it be not saving money or wrong career path or whatever, the motivation for those decisions came from within. So something has to be fixed. Some work needs to be done within, so that we can look at the world through a different lens and have a better perspective, so that we can make better decisions.
Hey, I'm definitely with that answer. I don't know if I was expecting that or not, but that was definitely an I'm just saying moment right there. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. If you have not saved for what it is you consider to be your dream, is it really your
Is it
dream?
really a dream, right? So how bad do you really want it, or do you know what I'm saying? Like that's and if it's something that you want really bad, but you keep getting your own way. Why do you keep getting your own way? What's happening?
Yeah, what's happening? A lot of times I want to talk about this in relationships. It's your partner. I'm gonna just put it like that. It's your partner. They don't know what it takes to succeed. They're killing your finances. It's becoming an issue, period. And you don't know how to separate that business from your relationship. You have to be able to do that at times. Sometimes you're gonna have to shut them down, shut them out, and say, "Hey, this is what I want to do. I'm about to move forward with it, with or without you."
Yeah.
Period. They'll jump on the bandwagon when you start
Yeah.
making that money. Look. Period.
Sometimes you gotta move like that, man. Sometimes you gotta move like that. That's
Yeah.
true.
Definitely. Now, another one of the things before I go into that though, I was gonna suggest in regards to people who feel like they have nothing, they haven't started anywhere. Go ahead and write it down what it is you want to do.
Yeah.
Go talk to one of these people at the Small Business Administration. I'm gonna also suggest that maybe you join. Let me say this real cheap. Uh, Chamber of Commerce. Nobody
That's the
knows
movers
anything
and
about the
shakers.
Chamber
Those
of
are the movers and
Commerce.
shakers.
You
Yeah,
need to
man.
just go to a meeting. I
Yeah.
think the Fifth Ward Chamber of Commerce is like $25 membership fee. $25. You got to get outside of yourself and start trying something new. I just posted this on social media, the other day. Stop looking to those same people. If they're not supporting you, if they're not doing, whatever it is, like Tuck and I, we met at the football game. If we're trying to support our kids, I
Yep.
would have never known. I've been asking for a male to get on this show outside of my husband for years, and be consistent with it. So you just never know. Just go ahead, open up, talk, say what you got to say, put it out there. You can't be blessed with it unless you put it out there. So
Yeah.
I'm definitely doing my part and putting things out there. I hope that you guys are doing the same. But if you feel like you have not started, you need to start somewhere. You need to start now. Go on and start surrounding yourself with other business minded people so that you can get out of that funk and you can start pushing yourself toward, being socially impactful, if you will. It says men experience. Oh, this was back on. I'm trying to catch up on the comments, ladies and gentlemen. Remember
Yeah.
that if you would want to, and you can't listen right now, you can always listen at your leisure on YouTube. While you're there, please make sure that you subscribe and like. I cannot say that enough. Also, make sure that you like our I'm Just Saying Live page right here on Facebook Live. Okay, that's for the YouTubers. When y'all watching on YouTube, go to Facebook, go check it out, and also follow us at IJS Live on Instagram. I'm always posting some little crazy quotes that I'm just saying about. Okay, so let me get all the way to the end of these. It says Chris Harvey, hello and thank you for joining. It says, oh, here to support you. Go Reggie. Look at you. Look at you. Got a
Those are
supporter
people,
on
man.
there. That's extra live.
Hey, believe it or not, that guy has a lot of financial knowledge. We,
Okay.
we definitely get him on the show. So, Chris,
Okay, this is your invite, Chris. We're definitely inviting you to be part of the show. We're talking in our own right now, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining in, about financial literacy and what it means to us. Because my thing was always save, 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 but now I know that you need to invest those savings in something. And John Sally said it best. You need to invest in yourself. When that comes to knowledge and reading, there are so many resources when it comes to YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you, you can learn how to do a lot of stuff right on the YouTube. I know you're discouraging your kids from watching it. They just have to watch the right things. There's all kind of, Forex trading and there's so many things. People learn a lot also from doing, what is it? A credit repair. I'm gonna tell
yeah.
you, some of those people who are doing credit repair are the smartest young kids that I've known. I know a lot of y'all think that they're scammers because they're good salespeople, but they learn that from teaching people about credit repair. I just have to say that they really are not scammers. Some of them, some of them might be, because that's the thing right now is being a scammer boy. So, but it is what it is. So I hope that you guys have learned something from this. Tucker, are there any final comments that you have in regards to financial literacy and what that means for our community?
Yes, definitely. Like you said, have a plan, write it down. Things can be ideas in your head, but it's something about writing it down that gives it power. So write it down and look at it every day. Make it a obsession for whatever it is that you want to do. And as you do that, and then believe, those things will start to happen for you. So that's my positive note for the end of the show. But definitely
It's not the
something that
end. It's not the end of the show.
I'm not there. I'm gonna
Not
wind
of
it down.
this conversation because I don't have that much entertainment news, but we're gonna talk. It has to do with finances, okay? So y'all make sure you stick around.
Yeah.
I did admit, it says that he's still joining. I was going to let Call Me Ant tell you one more what he thinks about financial literacy because, like I said, it means something different for every single person. But you got to get on the same page with the people that are in your household and those that are nearest to you. And if you need to walk away and get away from the situation, you do just that, and you don't owe anybody an explanation if you're trying to move somewhere that they're not. I had to learn this as well. When it comes time, everybody not gonna give you an explanation. Sometimes they're just gonna let go, and you gotta let go, and you just keep on moving too. But that needs to push you in the right direction. So we talked about that. We talked about real talk drives real change. We encourage you guys to go out there and have these conversations with your friends and family. But y'all know what I gotta do. I gotta get back over here to my screen share. Look, because I'm always trying
I
to share this screen. Okay, I need
I like this part of the show. So
to share. Now, listen, it's time for our entertainment news. Okay. Here at I'm Just Saying Live, I love to do a little chitty chat about lots of things going on out here when it comes to these entertainers. There's Call Me Ant. He has joined back on. Tuck, tell them where they can follow you on Instagram.
Tuck underscore ATL. Check out my daughter's page at little underscore miss underscore Ava underscore three. Great content there. We always, coming up with good stuff. So
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I ran across this on social media, and we're just going to start with this because it blew up all over social media. Arkansas woman was arrested for attempted murder charges against a 24-year-old boyfriend in Rogers, Arkansas. Now, this girl is absolutely beautiful, right? I took time. I was like, what was the big deal? Why is this such a big deal? Go ahead.
oh no, we're not I don't see anything on the screen, so I'm just trying to
Oh no,
sure.
it says your screen sharing. Oh, it's paused. Give me 1 second.
Make sure we get what you're talking about.
Please. Thank you so much for catching that. Wow.
People be doing dumb stuff.
Oh no, y'all, it made me go to the next slide. Oh, there we go. Let's see. Okay, let me stop share.
Stopping and restart. Yeah, restart.
How about
Ah,
it's green? You are sharing. So I'm going to repeat that, ladies and gentlemen. Arkansas woman was arrested for attempted murder charges against the 24-year-old boyfriend in Rogers, Arkansas. Now, this girl was so pretty that everybody came to her defense and said, "Let her go." It was in the comments. It was everywhere. This goes to show that beauty, let me tell you, will get you off in a lot of stuff. I know a lot of people try to say that is not the way of the world. The African
BS.
out there, y'all are
BS.
wrong. She tried to kill this boy, and y'all said let her go because she cute. What y'all think, guys?
You gotta remember all the cute bras been setting guys and girls up from the beginning of time. So that's nothing new just because she cute.
Well, I think that she's absolutely adorable. I hate that she had to
Yes.
try to kill somebody and go to jail because they gonna get her when she get there. I hope she come out looking half as decent.
Hey,
Yeah,
if,
I
if,
yes.
Oh, baby.
if you crazy, you crazy. No matter if you cute, ugly, or whatever. You just crazy.
All right. I put
Uh,
this next picture up here.
this
Real deep and dark. Now, this is why I did not put that many people on entertainment news because right now we're gonna have to talk about Brett Favre. Okay.
And
If y'all do not know what happened with this man in this welfare scandal, and I'm gonna call it a
There's a
scandal.
speed trap ahead.
It's crazy, Anthony. You better not be speeding over there.
it's a speed
It's
trap ahead, bro. You calm down.
this is the
What we
speed.
talking
All the drivers need to just check in. He's doing his thing. Listen, this man was taking TANF money.
Millions.
Millions of dollars. I'm going to stop the screen share just for a little bit because I want to make sure that I read all of this. This is so crazy to me. You know, I'm sure that they talked him into saying that this was, not legit. I know that he knows it was not legit, but let me just read. Let me just read some
Nah,
of
he
this.
thought he'd get away with it. There's a, you know,
Because we know
somebody
we
else
live in
got
a
away with
time
it.
where people do, and we talked about the scammers earlier, and I'm going to continue with financial literacy in this whole show. And this, Brett, you knew. I know you're trying to get your baby them credentials and this, that, and the other, but this is just crazy. It says this not only involved the NFL star, but a WWE wrestler. Okay, corrupt Southern officials and millions of dollars in welfare money. Okay? All of this is in the story. 1 million in federal welfare money he received for talks he apparently uh did not give. So they were saying that he was coming and doing speeches. He wasn't showing up for the speeches, but he was getting monies deposited into his account. Okay. I'm sure that this probably happens all the time. They just dropping millions of dollars in your account for speaking engagements. If somebody would like my account, look, to drop a milli, I'm gonna come do the speech, even for and get the milli. I'ma still show up, okay? It says in the 5 million, he was involved in directing towards construction of a volleyball stadium at the college his daughter attended. Now we know that a lot of people, do these endowments and they build buildings on campuses and put their names on it and this, that, and the other. So basically that's what Brett Favre was doing, but he was doing it with government money. So guys, what do you think about this? I know it was for his kid, basically. How do you feel? We were just talking about going above and beyond. This man is already extra paid. Why did he need this extra money?
I'm gonna say first of all, it was wrong. So what they do now, they allowing him to pay
And
the
remember
money back.
that Mississippi is one of those places, while y'all are thinking about this, Mississippi is one of those places that is poverty stricken. Okay, so keep
Okay,
going and go ahead.
now since you made that statement, now if it was any other race, would they be giving them a slap on the wrist, allowing them to pay the money back, or would they be locked up in the federal prison for theft, white collar crime?
They would definitely be locked up under the jail.
So what is this teaching our society, our kids, your daughter, that if you're rich and
In
white,
two
you can
miles,
get
take
away
the
with
I
anything?
35 South Kansas Turnpike exit toward Oklahoma City.
Man, you got to get off the gas. We heard what you're saying. I hope everybody else did out there. Nobody should be receiving slaps on the wrist for swindling taxpayer dollars, millions and millions of taxpayer dollars. I don't care who you are. This is bad. It's real bad. Tuck, what you got to say about it?
I just don't like how the media is covering it or not covering it, right? So
Because
like you
this should
said,
be a really, really big deal right
yeah,
now.
if this was a black athlete, this would be every channel would be leading with this. You know what I'm saying? So from that respect, I have no respect, and that's why I don't respect the media.
Here's my thing. And I want you guys, if y'all can, go check Facebook right now, make your comments, say what you have to say about this. Here's something I felt like was really important. Now, just in case you do not know, because I like to give y'all the facts. Remember, this is edutainment, and I'm the best at it. Period. TANF It's the temporary assistance to needy families. So, out of all places to siphon the money from, that's what y'all chose to take the money from. But y'all want to talk about everybody who's on welfare and saying that they can't get off their butts for this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. And you want to create this new government task force to get the people for doing PPP fraud and things of this nature. Who's going to go after these types of people? Who's going after these officials who okayed this? This is crazy.
I'm gonna be quiet because I want to say some stuff about this, but
This is I'm just saying. You gotta say it
I don't want
or
to get
say
into
it nice.
I can't.
He said it's not gonna come out in a nice way.
It's gonna come out right. So
This
I'm gonna leave
this
it alone.
really this is really crazy. That's why I wanted to talk to you guys about it. I definitely wanted to see what you all had to say about it. I know it's your family, but you're already rich. Not that is he gonna come back later and say he didn't know where the money was coming from? What do y'all think about that? Like how can he get around this? Like, is there a
No,
way?
no. He gonna pay the money back and he gonna go away. Like that's what he need to do actually. Um, I think the reason he's not gonna get locked up, Brett Favre is not gonna see a day in jail in Mississippi. All right, he's like God in Mississippi. So there's no way he's gonna ever do any jail time. So from that perspective, um, I think he was approached. Somebody hollered him like, "Look, you want to get something built? This is how we can do it. Well, you don't got to spend no money. We can backdoor it." And he was like, "All right, cool, let's run it." But within those circles, somebody had to snitch or something. That's the only way
That's the other thing. How did this even get leaked?
to
Like,
get to.
who found
How
this
did this become
out?
a thing?
Who's the whistleblower? I do not see a name anywhere in the article of who actually told, because that person would probably die. Let's be real. I don't know.
Might be why the media doesn't cover it that much because the more you cover it, the more questions you're gonna have.
Well, his name is the only reason I know that this made it even this far. If it hadn't been there, that WWE wrestler and these state officials definitely would have skated. So if Brett Favre, it wouldn't have been drawing as much attention. So I'm sure that they're uh probably really upset that he was involved in this because now they definitely can't get away from it.
They're like,
Okay,
"Damn, man,
so
the spot high."
it
Brett
says,
never had the
okay, so
spot
we have
high.
a comment. We have a comment here that says money talks without poverty. There will be no wealth. Let me stealing from poverty restricted areas. Oh, I don't know what that's. I don't know where we're going with that one, Charles. But thanks for commenting. I know that money makes the world go round. He's already got the money. He was able to talk to the right people. These people are paying him. Like you said, he's a guy out there. They were paying him, and really, honestly, just 1 million. Now I know there was another 5 million, so that's about 6 million. I don't know if this was over the course of 1 year or what it was. It just seems like a drop in the bucket for him as
Mhm.
well. It doesn't even seem like it's really that much money to be doing that, but for him, now $1 million for me, I'm gonna tell you I can start a whole bunch and get a lot of things popping. So if anybody wants to send me $1 million, it is what it is. I'm right
Look,
here. My hand is open. I'm ready to receive, if you will.
you
So
gotta, you
I
gotta,
think
you
you
know what
can
I'm
take that
saying?
too.
But holler at me. You got 200,000. You just got lying around. You want to invest? I will grow it. Just holler at me.
Hey, I'm definitely down. All right. All right. So there's my buzzer. I know y'all hear that every week. You know what that means? It is
Yep.
time. Let me get over here because that means I got to finish this real quick. Hold on. Let me get this up so I can finish this. What we got to talk about.
Doing that.
And then we got to get into today's touchy subject because it's another doozy. Okay.
What we doing now?
It's another doozy. So we just shared that. Here we are. Is sharing. Let's keep on. All right. So our affirmation for today is note to self. Use what's for you and leave the rest on the table. All right, Tuck. What does that mean to you before I get into my explanation of why I felt like this was so important?
Um, I think when we're out here on this life journey, I think that one of the things we have to understand is discernment, and that's what this means to me. Discerning what what applies to you and what doesn't. What you can pick up from and things that don't align with what how your values and how you're trying to move. So
Simple
that's
as
basically what I
put.
take from it.
That's good. That's great. Simple as put. Stop trying to be everybody else. Do you? That's where your money at, baby. I'm gonna tell you right
Mhm.
now. So many people are falling into these social media trends and different things of this nature. You don't need that. All you need to do is be you. You need to look at that table, like it says, look at that table, see which pieces fit in your life. You use those pieces. Somebody else gonna do whatever that is over there.
Yep.
Period. They gonna do it. They gonna pick up the pieces on that. But you leave it there for them so that you're not stealing, their shine, if you will, because what's for you is gonna be for you, and what's for them is gonna be for them. Do
Stay
you?
true to yourself. Stay true to
Yeah. All right, y'all. I'm just saying it's cracking, okay? All right, y'all know I like to do a little movie scoop, but this is not a movie. This is a series that I fell upon. Y'all know I like to watch stuff that's set way back when. I like a little weirdness in it. And I ran across the Serpent Queen, okay? Now,
Let me check this out.
go ahead.
I wasn't. No. I've
Oh,
been
you
meaning.
wanted to check it out. So let me tell you about this story of queendom, if you will, that started, from nothingness. And she's trying to explain to other people about being themselves and why they're unique in this story. So it's absolutely amazing. It does have some funny quirks in it where you're going to be laughing. Most shows like this, you don't really get those opportunities. They're normally kind of gory and different things are going on, but she definitely worked her way to the top, and you're going to have to watch it. Check it out.
Check it out.
Serpent Queen. It actually was pretty decent. I did want to talk about one other movie that's coming out, Hocus Pocus 2, just in time for Halloween. I know y'all remember this from when we were younger, but now your kids will get to see the sequel. Way back from 1993 is when it originally came out with Bette
Yeah.
Midler. You remember that? And it was
Yeah.
really good. So I was a kid though. So we'll see how these kids take to it. So definitely check that out too. I'm all gonna be all over October, as you can.
That's a long time in between
A
sequels.
Libra. It's about to go down for y'all, okay? All right, ladies and gentlemen. So it is now time for Tennille's touchy subjects. Okay. All right. Let's get to it. But remember, if you would like to be part of the show, all you have to do is email me at imjustsayinglive@gmail.com. I'm simply Tennille. That's where you can follow me on Instagram. You can follow me at Natalie Young on Facebook, okay? If you decide, and I might delete somebody and I might not, but that's why I don't like going on Facebook because you can't have everybody. Anyway, let's move on to Tennille's touchy subjects. I'm going to call this one another proposition. Now, last week, you guys know that we had a little proposition on, right? From some family members and friends, if you will. So we have yet another proposition this week, and that's why I felt like we needed to add it. It says, Dear Tennille, I know that last week someone talked about an ex-wife asking for a threesome. Here is my twist to the story. My best friend is a guy. We have known each other for several years, and he has never crossed the line. His girlfriend's birthday is coming up, and he has not only asked me to take her out, but to show her a good time, if you know what I mean. I could not believe it. He loves her very much. He explained by saying she used to be bisexual before they got together and is interested in having that experience again. He says I'm the only person that he can trust. What do I do? Okay, Tuck. He's sending them off alone to go do whatever the girl wants to do for her birthday. Now, I have to say that this is very sweet that he is not trying to interject his, man parts all up in this. But why does he feel comfortable asking his best friend? outside of the fact that that's who he can trust?
Because that's a chick that probably, you know, he knows, like you said, he trusts, and she, you know, he knows she probably won't take his chick. You know what I'm saying? So like at the
Just in
end of
case y'all didn't hear, this is Tennille's touchy subjects. A guy has invited his best friend to take his girl out for her birthday. And then
she,
that's a really special day. Like, that's a really special day. So that means he really must, you
his
know,
best friend is a chick though. So
yeah.
we make sure that, yeah. So but I'm just not cool with sending my girl off to be, you know what I'm saying?
Handled.
It don't matter if it's a chick or a
She's
dude.
gonna get handled.
Yeah, like it don't matter if it's a girl or a guy. Like nah, like
Period. You're
yeah,
not for it.
if anything, we gonna, if you want to experience this, yeah, I'm gonna experience it with you. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
but he's not saying that. He's
That's what
saying
I'm saying. He's not
he's
saying that
gonna
at
let
all.
them go. They're gonna do their thing, and then she's just gonna come back like nothing happened, and they're gonna move forward. Because I don't think that he wants really anybody to mess with her, but he's trying to give her what she wants.
Oh no. Yeah.
So if he can't watch it, because he may not want to be able, he might not want to watch it, may create problems in their relationship. So what do you suggest to this best friend? What do you tell them? What do you tell her? Wait, before you answer that, do we think later he may, make a proposition or what?
Yeah. Because I think what is gonna happen is that, and that's what, because what's gonna happen is look, man, let's be real. I'm just saying live, right? So he's propositioning the chick that he's cool with to initiate sexual relations with his wife, right? For them to have relations. And ain't no benefit for that for him at all. My logic, I can't compute, is what I'm saying. I can't compute that.
He's not wanting to compete. He wants it to be done. He wants her to be happy, and he wants her to come on back home like nothing happened with somebody he knows is not going to take his girl, or
Yeah,
he feels like it's not going to take his
that
girl.
was my initial.
We know that chemistry between two women or two men or whatever always is on the extra level. So if they've already been hanging out, I don't know, because then would you be able to have your best friend over?
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, how would that they going forward? Like, how's that relationship going to be? You know what I'm saying? And then that's like I said, like he might be playing the long game. You know what I'm saying? Like you never know what's going on with dude. But what I would say for her, if it's up to her, whatever she wants. You know what I'm saying? As far as she shouldn't feel obligated to do anything because that's her friend or best friend or whatever. But at the same time, if there's something that she, an experience that she would like to have, and it's the opportunity for that, then that's what I would say to her specifically. But as far as the situation, I just said what I had to say on that.
So I'm over here dying on Facebook right now, Tuck. Let me tell you what these people are saying, okay? So B. Jones said, man, that is a disaster in the making, okay?
Yeah.
Right. Next.
It is.
Next.
You asking for it.
Huh?
I just feel like you asking for it at that point. Go ahead.
You're definitely asking for it. Then it says that man has a dysfunction. He can't perform right in the bed, so he's passing it off to his best friend. So, but as a best friend, would you help with that, Charles? You got to answer that. As a best friend, you would want to help, right? Okay, if you let your girl get a taste of this, it's over, fam. Sorry. You know,
that's what I'm saying.
Me. So here's what I was expecting someone to at least ask. You know, this is the best friend. He must know that she's gotten down before.
Of course.
But why would and then if she's done that and it's on her mind too, I again, I would feel like I could not have her around anymore after this happened. Because if they like it, and then they decide they want to continue on with something with or without me, it's gonna get weird. It's gonna get weird.
And if they like it, they gonna like it. Because evidently the best friend moved this way. I don't know, maybe this dude just a straight lesbian because the girl, his chick, used to be bisexual, and
it doesn't say anywhere that the girl is actually, active in the lesbian life. Maybe she tapped out too, and maybe she's voiced an opinion to him that she been thinking about dabbling back.
whatever. That's what.
Man, this is a touchy subject. I'm gonna tell you, because I don't think in my mind, let me think. Yeah, I don't know. Even if I was like, say I'm a woman and I can't perform and I know this and I don't want my husband to go cheat, I don't think I would ask my best friend to do it for me. We're gonna
I
have to
can
find
do it.
something else. We're gonna have to go like I told you last week, we're gonna have to go out the country, get a dip and dip back. Okay. Somebody that is not in close proximity. I think that I'm still sticking with my same answer. I don't know about the close proximity because if I can reach out and put my hands on you, I don't know. I think I'm out when it comes to that.
Yeah. I'm trying to flip the gender, so I'm like, okay.
That's what I just tried to do. And I was like,
Yeah,
even if it was my man and I had a dysfunction to where I couldn't do certain things or whatever, not my best friend. No. Now
even
we're
though
gonna be
I'm
comparing it,
going.
be like, girl, his thing was this, and it was hooked to the left. I like it to the right, I'm just saying. Like that would get real ugly. I don't want you talking about my man's stuff afterwards. I don't.
But look, it's like, what if I'm just thinking from my perspective? What if my chick is like, well, yeah, she want to have this fantasy or whatever, and I want to give her that, and I call her my best friend. My best friend is a dude, so I wouldn't call my best friend and be like, hey, bro, go show her out on
I'm
the couch.
smashed.
You know what I'm saying? Go make sure she feel like a woman tonight. You know what I mean? Like, fuck out of here, man.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Come on.
we know that there's a lot of dysfunctional people out there, not just sexually but mentally. It sounds like that's definitely what's going on here. Best friend. I mean, clearly, if you even thinking about it, you already done thought about it, and that puts you in a predicament at this point. You must think she fine too. Look.
All right. And
And maybe you don't. Maybe you really are trying to look out for your friend and do something. Maybe, you owe him some big debt or whatever like that. And you feeling like you can repay him with showing him you down, because we know a lot of girls go through that with the male female relationships or whatever. You're trying to show him that you're really down for him, X, Y, and Z. But that also says that you might care about that boy a little bit too much. Look. I'm just going to say this. It sounds like a disaster waiting to happen. I would
yep.
back away. I would tell him to find somebody who is not in close proximity, and we would just have to do it like that.
Yeah, like that sounds like a powder keg just waiting on the spark. And as soon as that action happens, that's gonna be the spark.
And then they're probably going to lose their friendship over it. It's probably going to be a lot.
It's gonna blow up the
Ladies,
whole situation. Yep.
this is going to blow up. Ba-boom. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another absolutely wonderful episode of I'm Just Saying Live. Remember, you can check us out on YouTube at your leisure. I hope that you have a great week. I hope you learned something here. And don't forget to use that affirmation all through the week, because we're trying to better ourselves and our communities one step at a time. This is I'm Just Saying Live. I'm simply Tennille.
Talk, big talk, ATL, whatever you want to call me.
He gonna get it, ladies and gentlemen. And call me Aunt. We'll holler at you later.
Peace.
Bye.